Hey everybody, it's Jen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have some project shares, and I wanted to show you this paper collection from Anna, who is Los Complementos de Paula on Instagram. I will link her down below. She sent me her newest paper collection, which is called La Villa de las Flores, and it's a digital paper collection that is available for purchase. You can message her on Instagram if you're interested in purchasing it. It's really pretty. Nice florals, cute characters. So I'll show you the papers that I used, and then I will show you the projects that I created using it. Okay, so the cover page looks like this. And again, I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what all this says, but it's very pretty, the colors, and I love the music notes and the flowers, and just kind of gives you an idea of what's to come in the paper collection. These are the papers that are whole, are ones that I have not used yet. I printed out the whole collection, but I did use some of them already. So this is one of them. And you can see that Anna combines elements in really pretty ways. I love the rustic wood background, but then it's got a really pretty dainty image in the corner here. Look at that ballerina. Isn't she beautiful? You can fussy cut her. You can use this whole piece of paper. You know, whatever you want to do, just be creative with it. I printed these out on 8.5 by 11, 110-pound cardstock that I purchased from Target. And it's the, I think it's Astro Bright or Astro White brand. Astro Brights, that's what it is. And in the corners, there are different flowers and leaves, and there's like a kind of like a whitewash finish to it. Really, really pretty. And then there's like a kind of like a placemat ruffled in the corner. So you can use this, and I think this would be a really pretty like notebook cover. Okay, let's move on. Here is a small print with all different characters. There are different ballerinas. There's a cute little bear. There's a fox, a bunny. Just really, really, really cute. And you'll see these images in other parts of her collection as well. But the colors are lovely. They're light pink, kind of a medium pink, a really pretty blue, some creams and whites. Okay, and the next page is this really pretty buffalo check, but it has florals or floral pattern on the side. So you can use it either like this or like this. Use, you know, parts or the whole thing, of course. The next page has a really pretty like script in the background, and then different images of dancers with balloons, dancers just dancing, adjusting their shoes. And there's a flamingo there with the butterfly right there, and some florals throughout, of course. And this one has a light blue background. Look at that little, I think it's a bear, right? Oh, she's so cute, sleeping on the moon with the balloons and hearts and butterflies. There are those dancers again holding balloons. It's just really lovely. This would make a nice like baby girl album or layout, something like that. Just love those colors. And here's a nice background sheet. It's just like cross sections of logs with some white speckles on the edges to soften it up. So again, combining the rustic and the pretty different patterns. Here are some really pretty florals. Not sure, I think that's the right way. But I love this. This is just florals on this page. You can use this in any sort of project. Excuse me. It's got, oh, those are butterflies, so I guess it does go this way. So that's beautiful. This would make a really pretty addition to a spring project, Mother's Day. And it prints out beautifully, as you could see. Really nice. I just set my printer to best quality when I print these out. And this page has, it's like a kind of like a wheat color background, which I think is really neat. It goes nicely with the other colors. And these look like, I don't know, cherry blossoms maybe? I don't know. But I love the different variegation of the leaf color from green to brown. It's really pretty. So you can hold it or position it in different ways, of course. And then there's this trellis pattern that's lovely. This one is just balloons, small balloon pattern with little hearts actually. So that's pretty too. That could be good for another baby layout, boys or girls. This one I cut into, as you could see. I just needed to use some of the blue, so I left this part separate, but I'll be able to fussy cut this. That's a good thing about digital collections. You could just print out whatever page you want an extra one of. This one I did some fussy cutting, so I cut this part out, but this is really easy to fussy cut because there's white borders behind each image. So I'm thinking if you have like a Brother scan and cut, these would be easy to cut out. But really pretty images again. This page I cut in half, and this is the part that I have left. I used the lace border you'll see in one of my projects, but again, combining the rustic and the dainty, which is a really nice combination. I love this lace up here. And then this page is a really pretty like pinky coral small pattern, good for your backgrounds. Obviously I used some, and these are just some scraps that I have left of different papers in the collection. I die cut this, but then I accidentally, I didn't cut it correctly on this side, so I had to print it out and cut it again, but which is fine, because if only I had one page of this, you know, I wouldn't have been able to use it. But this one I just reprinted, and I'll save this for something else. So these are the rest of the scraps that I have, and I will show you what I made with these in my projects. So I'm just going to move these over to the side. Okay, so my first project, I used this die set. This is a new one from KSCraft that Hannah sent to me as part of my design team package. This is a vintage specimen slide, and this is a larger one. It comes with a larger one and a smaller one. So each size has three different pieces, so you can make it into a shaker or not, but I chose to make mine into a shaker. So let me show you what I made. This is my embellishment, and I think it came out really pretty. I used one of my favorite papers from Anna in the background. It's the Pretty Little Dancers, and I used the pink paper from Anna for the top of the shaker, which I just think is so pretty. This is the blue that I used, that I showed you, that I cut out part of the background image of a paper. And I just needed like a little bit of blue, so that's why I did that. The yellow is a basil cardstock that comes from my stash. I needed a yellow, and I didn't really have one in this paper collection, but everything else is from Anna's paper collection. This word Kisses comes from another die set from KSCraft. It's the Kissing Booth that came out last year. This one I popped up really high. First I cut it out of 2mm foam, and then I realized I wanted to fill it with more shaker bits, so I also cut it out of 5mm foam, and I stacked them, so there's really 7mm there. And to you know, make the edges not look so messy, I covered them with some trim, and I think that really finishes it off nicely. I used some acetate to keep all the shaker bits inside, and I used lots of different kinds of shaker bits. Because it's so thick, I was able to use like big thick dewdrops and lots of other things actually. So it's fun to make a shaker mix when you're not constrained by the size of your pieces. I used a bow that I had pre-made, well, I had gotten pre-made from Creative Mojo Wholesale Studio. I used some Heishi beads from Michaels in the corners. These have little rectangles on them, little like square holes, but I just made them look like circles with those Heishi beads. And yeah, that's about it. The back I just used. The back is just the back of that pretty girl paper, and since I cut it out of 110-pound cardstock, I didn't have to reinforce that. So that's my first project. Hope you like it. Let's move on to the next one. My next project is a card that I made with Anna's papers, of course, and I used this stamp that I recently got from Impression Obsession, and it's a pretty woodblock stamp, as you can see. It's called Shabby Rose Apron. And it's my first time using it, so I wanted to give that a try. I also used a stamp from the Greetery, and this one is called Bake Someone Happy, and I used the What's Cookin' stamp right there. And I'll link these down below if they're still available. I also used some lace from Dollar Tree. I just recently got this. This is the heart ribbon lace in the Valentine's section. I used this glitter. This is also new for me. It's from Art Glitter, and this is Crystal Ultrafine Transparent Glitter. I use this glue pen, a Zig two-way glue, squeeze and roll. And I use some pearl cotton that I had in my stash. I don't remember where I got this, but I did use that, so I wanted to show you. And this is the card I made. I think it came out really pretty. It's kind of shabby. I used that paper that has the lace trim kind of on it already, but then I emphasized it by putting the Dollar Tree trim on top of it. I fussy cut the apron that I stamped out and colored it with some alcohol markers. There's that stamp from the Greetery. I added there's that pearl cotton thread right there on the towel and up here as well. And I added some little tiny mini heart buttons that I got at Joann's recently. On the glitter spots is where I use the glue pen and that ultrafine glitter. And I cut the paper out a little bit smaller than an A2 size and then put it on an A2 size card that I made with pink cardstock just to kind of frame it a little bit. And yeah, I think this came out really pretty. Love the colors. I took inspiration from the paper in order to color the apron itself. So yeah, I think that's really pretty. I hope you guys like that too. And we'll move on to the third project. The third project was actually the first one that I made, and it's a card front. I haven't turned it into a card quite yet, but this is the card, and this is big. It's a 5x7. This scalloped die that I use to cut out that rectangle is from Tonic, and it's the biggest one I have, which is 5x7. This pretty paper from Anna came with the balloons already on it, and I fussy cut the little cat ballerina and put her under the balloons to look like she was holding it. To look like she's holding the balloons, and also that she's propping up this heart. This heart I recently got from Erica Scrap Diva 29. Her new store is open, and this is one of the items in her store. So I think it's really pretty. I love layering stitched hearts like this. And the back one has a scalloped edge, which I very much like. This Love You comes from KSCraft. That's in the new, like the Heart Globes set. And these hearts I cut out, these are also from KSCraft, and I just kind of sprinkled them all around. For the little dots here, I used some Nouveau drops. These are Nouveau Dream Drops in the color Love Potion, and I just put them just a little dab on each little point of the scallop just to kind of bring it all together. This glitter here, it was diamond stickles, or I used diamond stickles also throughout the little cat too, just to add some sparkle, and I put some on the cutout hearts too to tie it together as well. Blue paper is a blue shimmer paper that I had in my stash that I just cut to size. And I think this will make a really nice card for Valentine's Day, for a birthday, for baby, anything like that. The pink is a really pretty, like corally pink, as I said before. This Love You paper, well, the corally pink heart paper is not from Anna. That's from a different paper collection in my stash. So, but everything else is from Anna's new collection. So those are my projects for today. I hope you like them. I'd love to know what you think. I will link the products I use down below. Again, I will link Anna's Instagram page. If you're interested in her digital paper collection, just send her a message on Instagram and she'll send you the information of how to purchase it. So any questions, please leave them down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with another crafty video. Bye guys.